silence. It's exhausting. I feel like I'm a battery-operated toy, a robot or a racing car, the ones you see on television. You have a racetrack and a lot of pink bunnies or racing cars, and each one has a branded battery, and the winner is my battery. I am energy, I am power, I am electricity, I am atomic, I am fusion, I am nuclear, I am alpha and omega. I'm not any of those things. I'm a person, a people person. I like people. I listen. I've met all kinds of good and bad people, even despicable ones, like in the movies. The movie people, well, they're like dolls too, with chips programmed to say things on cue. I, of course, would like to be that kind of doll, charge me up and throw me out of an airplane. I imagine I'm an actor and it's the end of the world. I'm a girl, I'm a boy, doesn't really matter. I'm beautiful, you're beautiful. Take after take, we look into each other's eyes and never touch. The kissing is done by other people. Cut. I've fallen asleep. Retake. Wake him up. I'm running out of charge. That's how I feel. I've been looking out the window, looking onto the street, and people are far away and I can't hear anything. I can hear the humming of the train outside. I hear the birds chirping, and that's beautiful. That gives me something. I look online and play Spotify. People send me tracks, playlists. I'm like a solar panel without light. I'm a film critic watching a badly cast Netflix movie that couldn't get a cinematographer, featuring a star from an old show that ran its course. Then I run close to empty and I open a bottle of wine. I lie in bed in a bright room. It's day. A day, one of them. So many days in quarantine and you forget the week, forget the month. Solitary silence. I hear my body, the pulse, my ears. I read poems. I imagine I'm a head, a colossus, and Sylvia Plath is sitting in my ear, and then I am Ozymandias, king of kings. The world is a stage then, and I am Shakespeare, sonnet number 15, and I think how revolutionary he was. When I perceived that men as plants increase, cheered and checked even by the self-same sky. What a secret sense inside these words, that all men and women are equal under the sky. Written and spoke out loud in a feudal time of kings and queens. I think of the Amazon dying. Why do those trees not have rights? Do those ancient and rich plants not have the innate right to live? How can we stand by this butchery? I feel some energy in my fingers now. I went outside to a green desert filled with sand. I struck a white ball across space and time. The balls fell, slipped, slid into holes, ran deep into bushy leaves. I putted, I scored, I laughed. Energy flared, I laughed out loud like the manic joker. The words fill me, drive me with energy. This is life. Summer fell in quarantine and the heat is heaving. One walks outside and the temperature rises. Skin, soft muscles, dark eyes, bright eyes, summer dresses. Blue butterflies drift past. I climb the mountain and see a deer like Bambi grazing by a country road. I am zooming in to see it so far away. It's pixelated, it nibbles, and I can't hear it. Its noises are movements that echo off the grasses, off the leaves. Its ears are up. It hears me so far away. It hears the river beneath my feet. Then I remember that my batteries are charging, I get energy from the sun, and the sun is on fire. Heat can drain to dehydrate. I lay down, rest on the sofa. I am draining, surrounded by the silence. A vast thing, an inky blot, invisible, a slow drowning fear. It drains my motivation, my batteries are critical. Like the Roman Empire, I'm stagnating, a rich depth of work, unseen, hidden, unfinished, stagnated, killed by exhausted procrastination. I stop, restart, I sit down and begin again. Like a dynamo, I am recharged, kept alive by the ricasso beat of my fingers on the keypad. The silence, the great enemy, is disrupted, dissolving, disintegrating. It wasn't me. Someone else killed the silence. Some battles we are not meant to fight. I was swimming in the cold Irish Sea. The Irish are crazy. Everyone knows that. They swim in winter, not far from the North Pole, relatively speaking, if you're reading this in Guadalajara. I was sitting there and a man came to me and asked me how the water was. "I'm a water baby," he said. He went on and didn't really stop. He was a professional kite surfer. He'd broken bones jumping over rocks in South Dublin. He had almost broken his back, his legs paralysed. He had been in a coma for a week, his knees dislocated, and somehow his muscles had relocated his hips and he woke up and could walk. "Amazing," I said. He went on. He'd been in the army, special forces. He'd retired. He knew Krav Maga, a combat system so good Chinese ladies came to Ireland to learn it from Shanghai. He had taught security men to self-defense and how to fight multiple men. "I like sweep kicks myself," I said, as he demonstrated how to disable someone's knees. He obviously misheard and then demonstrated an agonizing wrist lock on me. He showed me in painful detail. However, I didn't flinch. My friend looked concerned. He continued. Nearby, some children prepared to swim. He talked about his security work then. He was a private killer, shooting people with guns, on boats, for the police, for governments. He led a raid on a sex trafficking ring and executed the men responsible. I wondered what everybody was thinking, and the children, were they listening? Shortly after, he went to swim. The tide was going out. I swam again too. It was a nice conversation. People tell me their entire lives. I don't know why. I'm a listener, I guess. It was worth all the silence to hear that story. To remember that even music is just noise without soul, as words are just data without story. I will wait for the next story and suffer the silence.